Go. Okay. Welcome back. New week. Couple months left. No phone still. Same rules all year. No watching reels. All right. So, on our warm up, by the way, quiz on Thursday coming up. Coming up. Is it a quiz or is it a test?
Quiz.
Quiz Thursday. All right. Did you turn in last week's warm up? Spell that one right. Did you finish the two formatives? Because I guess I got to put it in to get some of y'all to move. You should definitely just do it.
I haven't done.
Do it. All right. Now, if I'm going to solve f plus g of 5, and we got two functions, remember, you can literally just like add these two up, replace x with 5, and solve it. But there's also the Desmos way, which is what's my first step? If it's in one parentheses, you have to do what? Not yet.
Who's that?
Split it. You have to split it into two, right? So instead of having f plus g of 5, you're going to split it into f of 5, like this. What's the operation? Plus, and then g of 5. That is what you could type into Desmos. Okay? So let's try that. Hold on one sec. 1 second. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Hold on. Quit making that noise. All right, here we go. F of x. First off, I can put f of x. Just type it in. X squared minus x plus 1. Go down. Type in g of x. 3x squared. 3x squared plus 2x minus 5. Okay. And then you can just type in. Remember, if I just try to type f plus g of 5, nothing's going to work. It'll give me this little triangle and say f is a function, try using parentheses. That's why we split it as our first step. It's f of 5 plus g of 5. And what do I get? 101 Dalmatians. Okay, get 101.
That's it.
You get a good joke that makes you LOL. Huh? 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 Ready for some notes?
We got.
All right. I'm gonna show you the easy way to do this. Okay, first I'll show you the classic way, and I'll show you the easy way. Okay, it's not too hard, in my opinion. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Wake up, wake up. Look at this. Everybody. Okay, so now look. These are called compositions of functions or function compositions, okay? So instead of plus, minus, multiply, or divide, instead of that, do y'all see we have this like weird little O? Okay, let me zoom in there.
Is that a multiply sign?
It's not a multiply sign. That's a great question. It looks like it says fog with a little O or golf with a little O, okay? So I'm going to tell you what that means right now, but I want you to see the three ways this is drawn. Usually you're going to see it like this, but guess what you can do? You can split it just like before, and when you split it, it's going to look like this right here, okay? f composed of g, f of g is f of x, o, g of x, okay? And what does that mean? You put g of x inside of f of x, okay? So what does that mean? G of x inside, inside f of x. Right there. Boop. And what does this mean? F of x inside g of x. So this goes right there. Boop. So you're going to have one function inside of another function. That's what function composition means. And if you don't understand that immediately, that's fine. I'm going to show you what it means. Okay. So let's all right, let me make sure. Does everyone have these little notes written down? I'm going to show you how to do it immediately on letter A. Okay. A letter B, scratch out that random P that's not supposed to be there. This thing right here, that's a typo. Okay. All right, I'm going to move it down. Everyone's good? All right. All right. First things first, okay? Y'all see these functions at the top, right? I have an f of x function right here. I have a g of x function right here, okay? So when I have f, o, g, that o means composition. Guess what I do again? I split it, right? You split it, like we've talked about before, into f of -2, composition, the little o, and then g of, once again, -2. So you always split it. I'm showing you something brand new. Now, another way to write that, when you have a function of a number composed with a function of another number, this is what it really means. F parentheses g parentheses -2. Okay? So watch this. Right here, I'm going to first figure out this. What is g of -2? So can I go over here to g of x and replace this x with -2? -2 minus 1. What's -2 minus 1? Is it 1? Is it -1? Is it 3?
No, it's 1.
It's -3, actually. -2 minus 1 more, -3. If you don't believe me, check Desmos if you have a Chromebook open because you didn't get it taken away for watching reels. All right, so check it out. G of -2 gave me -3. So that means -3 is going to go right here. So I'm going to end up with f of that number, -3. Okay. So that means what I'm going to have to do is replace each of, in f of x, replace this x and this x with -3. So I got -3 squared plus 3 times -3. Sorry, it's not a lot of room here. Okay, what is -3 squared? -3 times -3 is what? -3 times -3 is what? 6? 9. Positive 9. Negative times a negative is a positive. 3 times 3 is 9. Now, hold on. What's 3 times -3?
3 times -3. -9.
It is -9. Good job. And then last step, what's 9 minus 9? 0. After all that, we're not done.
Well, that's a lot of stuff.
I'm not done. Hold on. Okay, That is a lot of steps to get to 0. Now, what if I told you there's a way to do it in Desmos? Would you lock in and pay attention now? Or do you want to do that every time? Is everyone with me? Okay, so let's use Desmos. I want you to be here to hear this. Because y'all won't pay attention otherwise, all right? Now, okay. Now look. Let's type this in. Okay. F of x equals x. Look, this is how you would type it in if you had a Chromebook. If you didn't get it taken away for watching reels. Yeah. True. All right, you type in the original function into Desmos, right? All right, and then you do the second, g of x. X minus 1. Okay. So far, so good. Now, here's the question. What do I type in to get the composition of functions? Now, y'all see this weird little O?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can search our keyboard for a little O. Little O, little O, little O, little O, little O, little O. I don't see no little O. Looking in here, looking in here. I don't see no little O's in here. Oh, maybe down here. Maybe. Nope. Okay, let's search over here. I mean, that's an O, but I don't think that's going to work. Let's try this. F of negative 2. And then let's try that little O. O. See, that doesn't even, that's not the same thing. This is like a floating O. And let's just type it anyway so I can show you how it doesn't work. G of negative 2. Does it work? No, nothing works. Okay, so here's the deal. What you have to do is not split it per se, but you need to get it into this function. So F of G of negative 2. Here we go. F of G of negative 2. Boop, boop. And what do you know? Did we get the answer easy? Look at the original problem. No, I'm showing you how to do problem 8. Yeah. So this was the same problem, just done with Desmos. Okay? Which one would you rather do? If only you had a Chromebook. Okay, so here's the deal. Look, right here, you can stop at this step right here and use what? Desmos. You just got to make sure you type things correctly and are actually doing your work instead of watching reels of Cooper Flag. Okay. Now, let's do letter B. Cool? Letter B. Second one. Remember, scratch out that P. That was a typo. So how do I rewrite GOF of 2? So first you write the G, then a parentheses, then you write the F, then a parentheses, then you write the number, and then you put 2 end parentheses.
That's it?
That's it. It's too easy, right? Okay. G of F of 2. Let's try it. G of F of 2. It's 9. Wow. Okay. Wow. I shouldn't watch reels. I should do my work. Okay, so now hold up. The next one is G. How would I write the next one?
The G first.
G first.
Parentheses.
Of, yeah, parentheses. H of.
And then parentheses.
Okay. And then, now watch this. Watch this not work. G of H of, what is it, negative 5? Why doesn't it work for me? Why is it not working? So it's not working because, do you see how I don't have an H function?
Yeah.
Look up here. There's a third function you got to type in, okay? Don't forget to type in your functions or it won't work, right? 3x minus 4. Let's type that in up in here. Okay, now look at that. Look at that. Negative 20. Sheesh. Okay, so I want you to try DEF GHI on your own, on your Chromebook, and we'll go over them together.